listening to Angela Mar on Choice 107.1 FM in the ladies' room, and actually standing outside the ladies' room. I have just come back from seeing Lenny Henry's one-man show. There's so much things to say. And first of all, Lenny, welcome to the ladies' room.
Thank you. It's very nice to be in the ladies' room.
Hi.
Ladies in the house. The seat goes down.
But Lenny, I've just seen your show, and my first reaction to you, I mean, I stood up straight away at the end to give you a standing ovation, because you've reached a place that I didn't know you were going to go, and you had to be brave to go there.
Thank you very much.
The show itself, Lenny, tell us about the progress in terms of what you wanted to say in this show.
I wanted to represent our community in a way that shows their articulacy and their opinionatedness and their feistiness and their stubbornness and our intelligence. I wanted to show black intelligence on a stage in the West End, because when was the last time you went to see a play, apart from Kwame and Roy's plays, where you saw black people represented that way?
Yeah.
We just don't have it. And so it's very difficult for a mainstream comedian like me to sort of try and do that. Well, I said at the beginning of the year, come, let's try and do this. I know I'm going to be on in November. Let's try and do something that shows a cross-section of our community talking about issues that we all care about, like Iraq, like, you know, is Tony Blair a good guy or a bad guy? I mean, you know, just because some of my characters talk about Tony Blair and badmouth him, but it doesn't necessarily mean I agree with them, but I give them their say.
Sure.
You know, because it's not often that you get, you know, Mr. Lister from the hardware shop in Harlesden to get up and talk about what he thinks about the government. You wouldn't get that. You know, well, Tony Blair looked like he needed a good beating because, you know, you don't get those guys talking. Yeah. And what's amazing is, you know, I so want black people to come and see this because I made it for them.
Yeah.
I made it for them. I made it for my generation, the generation to come, and my mum's generation. And it was great tonight. I mean, it was a press night, so it was difficult. But there were a lot of black people there, and I could hear them.
Yeah.
And you can hear black people in the house. There's a line where Rachel, the woman, says, when I buried my mother, we didn't bother getting her embalmed. She was pickled by the bitterness. And this black woman upstairs went, it was so funny.
But I mean, Lenny,
because they understood, you know.
But you've gone to another place. I mean, you know, I came here expecting stuff that some would fit into mainstream and some would be personal. But it seems like you've gone to a place that, to me, says, you know what, I don't care anymore. I've got so much to say. I'm going to say it how I want to say it. It's very black. I mean, you're not even shying from that. It's like you're dealing with stuff that we wouldn't expect Lenny to deal with.
Well, you wait. There's more.
Really?
I think there's more shows to come. I think there's more. And I'm so proud of people who take this on, you know. And I mean, maybe one of the things that people, when you got, you know, one got dissed in the past, you sort of thought, well, I'm a mainstream comedian, and I had to stop thinking like that. Stop thinking like I'm on television and I got my own TV show. Stop thinking like that. Think about creativity and think about bringing something real to the stage and bringing something that people will go respect for. Because, you know, often there's things where they go, oh, well, yeah, Leo, I wasn't really feeling that. But last night and tonight, I really felt that I was getting through to people.
The minstrels and the, you know, stuff that you started back in the day from when you were 16, it's almost like you wanted to take it on stage and say, you know what, I done that. Yes, I did that. And I'm sorry I did that, but you know what, I want to move on.
Thanks, Angie.
And you really dealt with that in a way that made us think, you know what, Lenny?
Thanks for bringing it up again.
We forgive you.
Y'all don't forgive my ass. I can tell you're saying that, but you ain't forgiving me.
There was something personal for yourself that really wanted to deal with that.
Yes, there was. I wanted to deal with the minstrels thing, and I wanted to speak. I spoke in the characters' voices on behalf of every black person who's looked at me in the street and gone, yes, if you're so good, oh, come into the black and white minstrels, you damn fool, you. Just because you're 16, it don't mean you don't have a brain, you know. But in the end, I talk about being in the Black Hawk Minstrel show. I talk about what it was like. I talk about how retrospectively you can look back on those things and go, actually, you know what? I was 16 and somebody could have said, hey, Len, don't do it, but nobody did.
Yeah.
Nobody in my family, none of my friends.
They just didn't come.
They just said, no, they wouldn't come and see it.
But you know what, Lenny?
Yeah, Len, that's what you got to do, man.
You know, when people are going through a stage in their life, Chris Rock, when his father died and he wrote Bring the Pain and then he came back with Bigger and Blacker, he went through a stage, and when he was doing that show, he actually said, you know what, I don't care what happens, bring the pain, I don't care, I'm going to deal with it. It seems like since, you know, the passing of your mother, there seems to be another Lenny that just says, you know what, I don't really care This is about who I want to be. And you're dealing with some stuff that, personally, Lenny, I didn't think you would deal with.
No, I wasn't dealing with it before.
Yeah.
And I think that the grieving, although we as a people celebrate death in the main, I think because I was brought up here, the way I grieved was, it was half, yes, I love being with my family and celebrating my mum's life, but actually I'm in a lot of pain here.
Yeah.
So I was split, you know. But once I had the therapy and all that kind of thing. We all had grief therapy.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know what? This is not going to kill me. My mum would have wanted me to carry on and do bigger and better things and get over this. So I decided to get over it.
Did you write this show with your mum in mind?
No, no. I wrote the last show with my mum in mind.
Yeah.
And this show, you know what? I wrote a show that I thought, I know she wouldn't like the rudeness in it because there's some rude bits in it, but I want a show that my mum would actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I think that I've got a woman character in this character that resonates with a lot of women. Any woman who feels like she's been married for a long time and is bored, witless, and she's going to church and her husband's not paying attention to her.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to write a show where women could go, yes, actually, I think that too.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid to say it in case he says, hey, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And I wanted to be those guys who just do the same thing every day and go down a shop and put out the magazine and the pastry and everything and wait for, you know, I just wanted to play those guys that we all know.
But are you surprised that the audience, the mainstream audience, actually enjoy those stories? There is no, you can actually be yourself.
There is no
funny.
limit to what we can do.
Yeah.
There is no limit to what black performers can do.
Yeah.
Because we cross over even when we don't want to cross over.
Yeah.
We want to stay underground. Everything we do crosses over. So we don't have to worry about people making an effort to understand us. We are understood, okay? And it's up to us to how far we want to go with it.
Lenny, I will say, looking at you now, you seem a lot relaxed, you seem a lot happier, you seem really like you stepped into yourself. And that's good to see. That's good
Thank
to
you very
see.
much.
It's good to see you funnier. It's good to see you braver. It's actually good to actually look and go, you know what? Go on, Lenny.
Thank you very much.
That's how I feel. I think it's a fantastic show, and I do hope the black audience do come out and support you. I know you've done some jokes about them with the £35 a ticket.
Come and see the show. It's great. It's for you. Come and see it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Angela Mine, ladies and gentlemen, talking to the one and only Lenny Henry. Thank you. God bless.